It's Friday. It is Friday. It's Friday. Come on in. We're not going to be in here too long. It's Friday. Hey, it's Friday. It is Friday, and this has been a very long week. Okay? This has been a very long week. Come on in. Feels like a Monday. It feels like a Monday. I'm gonna do this. Let's see. Let's get the frequency read of the day. Thank you, Kanoke. Hey, Kanoke. Y'all give a round of applause to Kanoke, who be holding it down on the timestamps. So I don't have to be like, can somebody please add the timestamps? Let's see what the frequency of the day, the weekend. This is going over the weekend, the end of the week. But work will still need to be done. Ooh, I like it. Discernment. I like it. A number 20. A 2 moving into a 0. It's a new beginning. It's a do-over. It's a restart. It's a blank slate. All right. The frequency of discernment supports our ability to view the world and the people around us from a place of inner balance and detachment, yet with compassion and wisdom. Now, I did get on here also to ask you all if you checked that MBTI personality test. Did you do your MBTI to see where you at? Right? Because it can change. I'm going to check mine later on to see if it changed. Because it changed after a huge shift that I had at one point. So since I've had another shift, I'll have to look and see if it changed. But I don't think it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So lit. I think that's your name. Very high. Very high. The energy is very high. So we have to continuously recalibrate all throughout the day. Recalibrate. Gather ourselves. Make sure that we are centered and focused on what we need to be focused on, not what just we want to be focused on. You know what I mean? So yeah, so discernment is key. But that's overall. That's the core, really. That's the core of our being. Because when we can discern, it makes life it makes life much easier, right? We give our time, effort, and attention to what it is that we discern to be true. Because if you give your time, efforts, and attention, yes, thank you, Kano. Yeah, if you give your time, effort, and attention to things that that are a distraction, distortion, things that can fragment you, things that you've already outgrown, and it's gonna be on you because you are free will. You have the right to keep on doing the same thing over and over again, or you can discern and connect, protect, direct. Okay. You can discern what it is that you need to do moving forward, who can go and who cannot. And that also moves into the space of the more that we ascend and spiritually expand, we grow out of people, places, and situations, right? The nouns. And so as we grow out of those things, of course, it's meant for us to grow out of certain things, move away from certain things, do things in a different way. Right? Because that's part of our growth. If we hold too tightly on to what it is that we do, how we do what we do, who is involved in all those things, it will just be a burden to us on a spiritual level, right? Because the spirit wants to be free. It's already bogged down having to be in these flesh suits, right? So we want to ascend and spiritually expand, and not, you ask for that protection. You ask also for your feet to be guided in the right direction. That's connecting with your true north, right? And so when we do that, what happens is we begin to realize with our real eyes that, those things needed to go away, because you wouldn't be able to be or move into the space that you are moving into holding on to those nouns, okay? So we have to let things go. And like Kanoke said, tonight at 6 p.m. will be the Ask a Man. So y'all can get y'all, BYOV, bring your own vice. Come and chill with us at 6 p.m. It's only going to be for an hour here on Instagram. Come and chill with us for that hour. You can ask questions, because there are, the men are, it's different men on different spiritual levels. Different men that have different, on different paths, okay? So tonight we have Mo Dollars that will be on the Ask a Man here tonight, and you can ask him questions or what have you. All right, thank you for walking up in here with the love and the light. All right, so let's see here. What do we have here for the weekend, please and thank you? But it's so important, because oftentimes empaths come to a space where they feel like they are by themselves. You're not by yourself. It's just that in the flesh, you are by yourself. In the space that you are in, where you probably would have helped people, and those people that you probably need aren't in the position or willing to help you, right? Or they're not in a position to even understand your vision or where it is that you are going or what it is that you are going through, because everyone has a different path. People can only relate to as far as they have been, okay? So remember that as well. You can only meet a person as far as they have met themselves, and that goes into relationships as well, or just dating in overall, because oftentimes people have a void that they won't fill, and they're looking for someone else to fill that void. Okay, y'all know the spiel. But overall, what happens is people want to be seen, and they want to be seen by the person that they are dealing with. And the thing is, if the person isn't seeing them, they want to do everything in their power, which is handing over your power, to be seen, to make themselves seen, noticeable, that they are worthy. If you know that you are worthy, you keep it moving. Okay, somebody gonna see it. Okay. What information do you have for these beautiful people? What information do you have for these beautiful people? 5 of Swords. That came out yesterday, didn't it? In somebody's thing. 5 of Swords. Let me see, honey. We ain't got time for no arguing and going tick for tack this weekend. It's not worth it. Let me see. What other what else do you have? Guidance and turning in. So that does, all of this has to do with discernment, because sometimes you can when that 5 of Swords comes in, oftentimes it's okay, I got comfortable. When the 5 of Swords shows up, right, oftentimes it's fear in that card, right? If it's you in your mental state, it may be you are looking at things from a subjective space instead of going ahead and looking for the objective way of viewing things, right? To go ahead and balance it out and make a decision or move on or what have you. But this is like some back and forth energy. And that goes into that compassion and wisdom from that discernment card, right? If anybody is over this weekend trying to best you, let them just do them. You don't have to prove yourself. Because oftentimes, arguing is a fear of being wrong. Arguing is a fear of being outed. Sometimes people have to stand so fully in the truth that they have created, which is there. That is fine. But sometimes they have to stand so far in the truth that they have created, whatever it is that they are wanting to argue about or go back and forth about, or just win at all costs, is what the 5 of Swords usually has to do with. Somebody's saying anything to try to, because in the traditional deck, the man has 3 swords in his hand, 2 swords are on the ground, doing whatever it takes to get the other person to surrender, doing whatever it is that will have the person not connect to their star player to get information, just so they can see that, you're an agent of confusion. We don't do those, okay? We don't do agents of confusion, all right? So let's see here. We use our discernment on a regular basis and our creative thinking, our critical thinking, in order to see what could be the truth, what may be the truth, or what it is that we even need to, play a part in with that guidance that goes right into it. Because look, she flying towards the shit. So just pray that the person gets discernment. Just be like, you know what? I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna keep you in my prayers, especially if it's someone like I was saying that you have gone through a part of your ascension that has to do with, letting go of certain situations. And sometimes with that 5, you have changes that are going on, or there's a change in the way that you communicate with people or what have you. And that 5 can easily be that the way that a lot of us have seen in our lives, right? Family and friends who hold on to the old parts of us that we've been outgrew, and it's like they won't allow you to reintroduce yourself because they don't want you to reintroduce yourself. They don't want to see you for who you are, who they knew you could be in the first place, right? They want you to be where you were, where it seemed like you were either on their level or lower, okay? So be mindful of this type of conversation this weekend. I'm going to clarify here in a second. The 4 Cups has to do with following that inner guidance, following the nudges here, and really going within to figure out what it is that you are working on, need to be working on, need to be doing. But this could also be just a retreat from whatever this is, because you could be in a competitive work environment where everybody is trying to best each other. That can be draining, okay? Been there, done that, got a couple of t-shirts. So when you are in a space where you are, where there's just a lot of everybody going up for one position, 20 people going up for one position. How? Right? We're all born with a position in the first place. I'm trying to figure it out. By design, we are born in a certain type of position and what is meant for us. So if everyone would understand that, then it wouldn't be no need to be comparing or competing in this way. Because at the end of the day, your biggest competition is you. You competing with the old you. You are besting the old you. Like, bitch, you will not be able to, you know what I mean? You need parts of who you were, but you don't need all of them, right? They had you in a very stagnant and complacent space, all right? What is this 5 of Swords, honey? Death and rebirth. I told you something about transformation and change. But basically, the way that I'm seeing it is dead that shit. Go ahead and nip it in the bud early, okay? So that it won't cause issues later on. Because with empaths, it's so easy for you to... Okay, so I'm going to say for us. With empaths, it can be easy for us to go into this space where... with that 5 of Swords, it has a lot to do with Mercury, right? So check your Mercury sign and see what's going on this weekend for you. But overall, the way that I'm seeing this is like this should have been over with. This has been done. This has been dead. It's been buried, okay? Visited a couple of times, put a couple of flowers on the grave, all right? But this is transformation. Allowing things to be what they are, and there may be a lot, like even with bad built-in friends. Bad built-in friends likes to come in when there's some type of change. With you going into this space of guidance and surrender, handing it over, basically that's what I'm seeing. Handing it over. Allowing it to take care of itself, which is allowing the people that you work with or whoever it is, allowing them to be handled by, what governs them, and you do what you handle and stay in tune with what governs you. Hey, baby. I know that's right, solid. What is this death card with this comparison? The Knight of Pentacles, all right? This is like whatever this is that is coming up over this weekend has been something that has been building for a while. It may be something strategic and it comes out of nowhere, and it's like, okay, that's why you go ahead and tune in so that you'll be able to go ahead and have certain boundaries already in place, okay? With that Knight of Pentacles, this is also like paying attention to detail, right? Taking your time when it comes to this transformation, when it comes to this change. Taking your time. This may be rerouting. Maybe your GPS is rerouting, all right? Which is beautiful. Someone reminded me in the comments, I think it was yesterday, about the, what is it, shamanic resonance that took place before that Capricorn full moon. The summer solstice. So this kind of is giving me that type of energy, that shift that happened where we were on multiple timelines at one time. It was interesting. I went up there to my favorite little comic store to get my favorite little incense right there. And then I went to my other little store I like too. Okay. And the women, it gave me a feeling like I went back in something to do. It had to be New Orleans. But it was a timeline shift. And we were crossing timelines in different places all at one time. And it gave me that New Orleans vortex that I stepped into the last time I went to New Orleans. But it was like back when women carried baskets. They were very confident. The way that they walk. Like these women that were out here were walking and acting just like the women that I saw back in that in the French Quarters. It was interesting. All right, so this may be something comparable to that timeline shift as well. Because anytime we have a push and pull energy, we want to go more with where are we being pulled to. Because sometimes we can be pushed to not go into that pull. When we use our discernment, we'll know the difference. So that's the importance of the overall of this conversation, this Java today. What is this guidance here? And you will undoubtedly know what is for you and what is not. Who is for you, who is not. What things and situations, what places. Like sometimes you can go to the same place all the time. Y'all have fun. Y'all have mimosas, y'all have brunch or whatever it is, right? And out of nowhere, one day it just don't feel the same. Something ain't right. Yeah, I'm not going. Yeah, I don't know about that. Something shifted, right? And everybody else going, then you realize that the person that they invited acted up. Okay, went ahead and showed their true colors that you were telling everybody about. Like I tried to tell you hoes, and that one person just went ahead and showed their true colors, told everybody off at the table, and they had now mimosa. Okay, what is this guidance card? The King of Pentacles. This has a lot to do with the home, the family life, the protector, the provider, but also being in that space with this King of Pentacles, paying attention to what it is that you are working on, what it is that you have invested in, who you have invested in as well. Here, 1, 2, 3. If you have an upstairs neighbor, the something with their smoke detectors is off. So you may hear their smoke detectors going off, and you may feel like it's bothering you, but that's going to be your cue to go and sit in silence, go and sit in meditation, because you are training yourself up. It's the equivalent of having little children, okay? Ain't nobody got the patience or the soundproof, being able to soundproof yourself because of everything that is going on around you is a skill. So that's kind of what this is. If the smoke alarm goes off and just keeps going off all night, this is you sitting in meditation, turning in, and being able to really strengthen your ability to soundproof your mind and your body as well, especially if you pick up a lot of energies in the body, okay? Because when we are able to soundproof, like I remember when, because I used to let my kids play, play, okay? And I would have company, and my homegirl would be like, how you just sitting here like they not in there making up all that noise? Sound like they in there tearing up shit. Sound like they busting through the walls, everything. Shit, you soundproof. And, they have their own existence. You create your own bubble. Especially when it would be really, really hot outside or something like that and they couldn't go outside. Soundproof. I don't hear nothing. I don't see nothing. P.O.P. All right. What is this guidance card, please? There may even be a space, 9 of Swords. See, getting out of that mind, calming the mind, focusing on and stabilizing with that King of Coins. You wrote a post about it. I'm going to have to go read it. But you are in a space where you are stabilizing the mind, right? Not being too anxious or in a hurry, right? King of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. This is slow-moving energy. They take their time. They pay meticulous attention to detail. They're very strategic. This is slower than a snail's pace at this point. See, that's light coming through the darkness. Look at this. See that? Light coming through the darkness. So especially if you've been in a space where you can make up your mind about certain things or what have you, sitting in meditation and really calming down, you may even have a number of ways and directions that you can go. Your mind may be going 100 miles per hour. You want to bring it to a resting space here. It's going to be very important over this weekend. You don't want to get caught up in no drama or no crossfire that ain't even yours, okay? You don't want to get caught up in nobody else's karma, so you want to be mindful of that as well. What do you have here for these beautiful people, honey? Been listening to Calvin Richards. Boop, boop, boop. It gotta happen. How will they know? They won't know. All right, so the Tower. So something big is happening this weekend. All right, something big is happening this weekend, and this is going to be an opportunity for change and growth. When the Tower comes in, this has a lot to do with our change of direction, okay? Change in passion and affection. So if this is an argument, because the Tower can be an argument, Aries energy, it can be an argument, or it's just something that collapses, comes to an end out of nowhere. Here, it's a 1 moving into a 6, so it's going to bring in balance, but it's also going to bring in, I don't think that this, whatever this is, it's not going to happen long. This is something that is also happening to have you to tune in. So maybe some of your plans won't go as you thought. Some, maybe you have some type of conversation with someone who, maybe this is someone that you work with. Maybe this is your job. Something is happening out of nowhere. Like that time I got fired on my day off. How you find somebody on their day off? 9 of Wands and the Page of Wands. All right. So with this 9 of Wands, this has a lot to do with the Chiron energy, possibly. This is the wounded warrior, but there's some type of message or creative way to handle something. It's looking at things differently, right? Instead of looking like coming off as a victim, you come in as a victor. Because there is someone who wants to, someone has been all in their head about how they want to communicate with you. So remember, even though this is the energy surrounding this weekend, remember that it can be affecting other people as well, right? Someone wants to come in and communicate with you, but they've been going back and forth with themselves about communicating with you. They're trying to figure out what it is that they can say, what it is that they can do, what's a creative approach. Here, there's maybe someone who hurt your heart, did something that was vile, did something that was despicable, okay, deplorable, okay, distorting, okay. It's bad built-in friends, all right. So the decision will be yours on if you move forward with this person, but someone wants to make peace with you here as well. So how you handle things over the weekend has more to do with the messages that you receive. Notice the messages that you are receiving and who you are receiving them from. What is the pattern in those messages? What is what is the connecting force, right? Because you can kind of pick up in messages, right? Communicating with people via message. And that takes me back to when I would talk to or discuss, may he rest in peace. I wish he was here now. He would be excited about what the world is. He had a lot of information. But he was like, you can't pick up tone in text. I was like, yes, you can. You can pick up motives in text. You can pick up tone in text. You can pick up how the person, where exactly they coming from. You can pick up what conversation that came from the conversation they're trying to have with you. You can pick all that up in text. But I wish he was living. It's crazy. All right. So yeah, this weekend you are not a victim, you are a victor. So no matter what happens, turn in. Don't accept any fake offers or, be around anyone who is draining, because you are filling your cup this weekend. Okay? She said, fuck her ex. What is this tuning in, turning in? I'm telling you. Nine of Pentacles. This is self-care. Nine of Pentacles is in the traditional. I keep looking over there for the traditional deck. But in the traditional deck, Nine of Pentacles is someone who is very experienced at whatever it is that they do. They have a lot to offer. This may be that independence as well. Built a lot, done a lot of work, done a lot of, maybe your body is, you're in shape, right, as well. But you've worked on something and you are a master at what it is that you have worked on, worked through. Whatever it is, like in the traditional deck, she has a hawk. She trains hawks, bitch. So in order for you to continue to train hawks, you're going to have to turn in over this weekend. I'm going to try it on Sunday. I have some meetings tomorrow. But we'll try it on Sunday. But overall, this has a lot to do with what is it that you want? What do you want? What is it that you will be working on? What is it that you will, what is it that you want to focus on? What's artificial, what's beneficial, right? Who's artificial, who's beneficial, right? What places? People, places, and things. People, places, and situations. What information do you have here? Let's get 3 more cards. You had somebody backstab you bad this month. You know about them backstabbers, Chad. Sometimes you can tell by a person's hands. But we won't go into that. But sometimes you can tell by a person's hands what type of person they are. And how they hold their hands. Like for me, I don't deal with people with red hands. Red hands. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody got mad at me. It's cool. Because this wasn't one of those troll things, so I can talk about it. But somebody said that I was, people need to see that I was being homophobic. I don't know which video it was. Oh, y'all can go watch it. It was a pep talk, and I asked them, like, what did I say that was homophobic? But it was a pep talk that they said I was homophobic or whatever, shit. And I asked them, like, look, where, and what did I say? You need to timestamp it so I can go listen to it, because I'm not going to listen to the whole thing. What information do you have here? But y'all got the moon and the Knight of Wands. So whatever it is that you, the intentions that you set for this new moon, you need to continue to take action. And that has a lot to do with you turning in. So that, because with the Knight of Wands, the Wands try to get to the goal too quick. They don't think shit through. They burn out fast, right? So that may even be that you were ignited or initiated during this last phase, these last 2 moon phases. All right. Maturity. Traveling. Let me see, honey. Nah, that's not who it was, Juju. I don't know who that person was. I had never seen them on the channel. And you know you can click on somebody, Avi, and see how many comments they left on the channel. Or I can look in my dashboard and see how long they've been subscribed, if they are a subscriber. Okay. So no, I don't think that was that same person. It probably was. It was something I said, Chad, but they didn't tell me. I'm waiting. Tell me, Chad. Okay. So we can discuss. I don't have no problem with it. I don't have no problem with discussing, honey. What information? Give us one more card, please. Flowering. All right. So a lot of you may be in a space where you, okay, so glowing. This is glowing and showing. Movement, communication, travel, grounded. There's some grounded energy here with this flowering, which could be the Empress card. Maturity here. An aquarium. Aquatics, or something like that. Aquarium. Somebody got love pouring all up and down and around and through them. This is a good weekend to dress up. Okay. This is a good weekend to dress up. The other day I gave homework about playlists. And the playlist that I got from Julia Child. I ain't never heard this music. I didn't even know that. I don't think I ever heard. I think it's VWN is the name of the group or something like that. It's not heavy metal. But I did a homework assignment the other day about get somebody else's playlist. So that's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. Listening to that playlist and seeing what it draws me to in my closet. But this is a good weekend to dress up though, for real. This is a good weekend to get out and get, have fun, enjoy yourself here, because there's something that you've gone through here that has a more maturing, there's more maturity to it. So like some of you may be at that phase, maybe about 25, 30. You may be in that space where you are realizing and understanding, because that's about when it starts to kick in for real. When you begin to appreciate stuff that you weren't appreciating when you were younger, when it comes to your parents. You begin to see, like, I don't know how my mama did that. I don't know how my mama put up with that. How did my mama do this, that, and the other? Like, sometimes you can come across some of the same issues that you may have saw or witnessed when you were younger, and then you don't realize, like, this some grown folk shit that went on, and you just didn't know the ins and outs of it, and you come into that space where about 25, when people start realizing, like, man, that's when kids really be like, I appreciate you. It'd be a whole other level of appreciation. They said before then, but it'd be a whole other level of appreciation, because I remember going through that too. So maybe some of you are going through where that light bulb is going off, right? So maybe about 25 or 30, you're realizing something here when it comes to your growth overall, all right? Maybe you are planning to visit somewhere that you've never visited, or that you swore off when you were younger, and now you are just drawn to that place, right? What is this maturity? Two of Swords and the Six of Swords, right? Keeping yourself, you've learned how to keep yourself out of being, you know what, that's what it looked like to me. Six of Swords and the Two of Swords is the Eight of Swords. So you are making a decision you've matured in the way that you make decisions, the way that you communicate, the things that you read, research, or whatever this is that has to do with mercurial energy. So, it must be some Capricorns in here, because somebody is really in the Antarctica. It's, and that makes sense then, because there are certain places that we are not allowed to go. It's no-fly zones when it comes to going to certain places where certain things are hid. So that makes sense to me, because with the 6 and the 7 becomes an 8. With that 8, you could easily be trapped by certain types of fears and stories, old stories from old timelines that you are telling yourself, old ways of being that are stuck in keeping you stuck in a cycle or some type of paradigm. You've matured to the point where you are making a decision and moving forward after something that may have happened in the recent past. You are making a decision to do things in a different way. This is doing, because there's a lot of gardening here. There's a lot of things that you're looking at what has been prosperous and what has not. What has been of growth and what has not. What has been of substance and what has not. Okay, so that's the equivalent of don't take your ass over there fucking with them people shit. And for those of you who know how to channel, you also know that there are certain protection. There's protection that you have to do before you even channel certain stuff from over there. Even like when people do celebrity reads and stuff like that, and they begin to channel into certain celebrities that, have certain stuff going on and shit, you look over there and something looking back at you. You learn, like, because it's certain celebrities that got some protection out this motherfucking world. I'm talking about, better keep your ass still before your ass get to going through it. All right. Can't nobody tell you nothing. All right. Don't listen to me then. I'm just a black woman sitting at a table with a spinning thing that I didn't wind. That's it. Just a little girl, honey. You can little girl me all you want to. What is this? 8 of Wands. 6 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. Okay. This is adventure. This is having some type of adventure this weekend. Something happens here that you triumphantly walk the fuck away from. It's a success when you finally release yourself of something. This is the equivalent of maybe there was a relationship or partnership or something like that you've matured from. And that happens in relationships. That's why it's so important for couples to tap in, check in, right? To keep the bond strong and going long. See where they at, check in. Where are we now? What we doing? What we got going on, right? But with this 8 of Cups and this 6 of Wands, yeah, you're no longer in a space. You see that? Ace of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords. So it's like the equivalent of once you go through something, once you see all the ins and outs of it, it's the equivalent of understanding how a motor works, right? You look at a motor and see how all these gaskets and all that go. Okay. I'm not a mechanic, but I play one on TV. But when you see the ins and outs are the parts of the things that connect to the motor or what have you, right? You realize how things work. It's the same thing with relationships and people and places and situations, things that you go through that helps you to mature. So now that you've matured and you are victoriously walking away from something, traveling, relocating, moving away from something, the sun is rising on your new beginning this weekend. You have a lot of clarity, and this also has you flowering. Let's go back into the menstrual cycle really quick. For those who still have cycles, all right? If you don't have a cycle, please don't hop on here saying, oh, I don't have no cycle. Because I don't know why people do that. But my cycle just up and took me through there just this other week. It's stressing me out. But it wasn't even that it was heavy or nothing like that. It's just the energy, you know, because you are dispelling a lot of whatever it is that you picked up along your journey throughout the previous cycle, right? And so this may even have to do with that because I'm seeing this illumination. After our cycles, we do begin to illuminate. We look all voluptuous and full, and we just look like something that, you know, somebody can plant a seed in. So somebody with that Ace of Pentacles and that 7 of Swords, that's the equivalent of that. Don't let no lying, cheating, stealing, self-sabotage. Because if a person self-sabotages themselves, they self-sabotage you too. You know what I mean? So, and they'll sabotage your womb, bitch. Dirty it up. Okay? You better pay attention. I'm sick of fucking with you now. Don't start cussing at these people. You're doing very good. So that cleansing that happens. So that may be part of that as well. You may feel lighter. Okay? Because I know I was feeling much lighter. I was like, oh, thank goodness. Because not only were the planets doing their thing, then your planet's doing their thing. God damn. What used to get me was that people would tell me that they'll be like, you need to cleanse. And I don't be liking to tell people like, yeah, I'm bleeding. Okay. You need to clean. I'm cleansing. Let this shit pass. God damn. I can, because you know when you're on your period, you're not supposed to do cleanses. Ain't gonna do nothing but make it worse and harder. Another thing too, I think I told y'all this before, but if you drink lemon water, lime water, lemon water, whatever, or if you just started, whatever it is, but when you drink lemon water, lime water, it does stop your period, and then your shit come back, and then it lasts longer. So just be mindful of that. Remember that. Put that in your Ashe toolbox, in your grimoire, your personal grimoire for self-care, self-love, your spiritual breaks or what have you. But that's a good remember that, okay? Bad enough water stop it, but drinking lemon water and lime water will too. So I know we discussed it before, but sometimes, you know, be new people in the building. Sometimes y'all ass be forgetting. Okay. Okay. You're welcome, Diddy. What is this flowering? But this is becoming. Now that you have reached a new pinnacle of growth, you've reached a new, I still haven't found that thing. Man, I used to give so much information, and I don't even have half of those links and stuff that I would give y'all because now I need it. But that's why they say stop, you know, be careful what you give because when you need it, you know, where it's going to be at. Okay. Because some people have 2 pentacles in numerology. There's 2 pentacles. Some people have 3 or however many numbers. Some people only have 1 where it comes to something that they have to grow out of, right? But I have to look it up and find it. Because when I looked the other day, it wasn't on there. I'm like, this ain't what I was talking about. And I hate when it happened because it be giving Mandela effect. Because I'm like, I know I'm not tripped out about this. It be giving Mandela, like, bitch, where did it go? It was so simple. It could, not a good day to sing. Death and rebirth. That's that transformation. You're finally budding, okay? You're crowning, okay? Coming out, being, becoming. This would be a good time to, with this death card, lights on the ground. Okay, so you may see something come up out the ground. Or notice something that is not supposed to, like, that's going to be your sign. The sign is not to look for, but for it to appear magically out of nowhere. But that's a sign. Something it's the equivalent of a rose growing from concrete, right? There's something that you are going to see that is significant to coming out of nowhere, out of the ground, growing out of the ground, popping up out of the ground, sprouting from the ground, like you. Ain't that what you're doing? But there's something significant about this, whatever this means, whatever you see. What is this death and rebirth, honey? It's stabilizing. The 5 of Cups. Sorrow, worry, fear. Let me see. Now, if you do happen to lose somebody, my condolences ahead of time. This transformation is going to cause, maybe these are tears of regret or tears of remorse, these are tears. It could be where you, from that rose growing from concrete, it could be the equivalent of, you know how when you go into that space where you can't do nothing but shout, scream, clap, after something that you went through, shout, scream. Now, bitch, I don't know what y'all doing. Leave me alone. All right? Shout, scream, clap. It's like that. What it's like, you know, with Susu in here, maybe she can hit me. But it's something to the equivalent of, you know, whatever this is that you came out of, right? The rose growing through concrete. You didn't think that you would be able to grow from or out or mature from or out of certain situations. Something happens that is going to be transformative. And it's like the clap, the scream, the joy of just thank you. When you in deep gratitude and it's just like everything that you went through could have took you out, but you are still here. Something happens where it's unexpected something with that 5 of Cups and this transformation. I'm just saying. But we'll see. Because the 5 of Cups yeah. All right. This may be a job. Oh, there goes Susu. You kicked in a door. Y'all know what I'm saying, right? Something comes through, and it's like right when and the thing about it is, don't ever give up on yourself, right? You may be looking for other people to, you know, have your back. You can't look for other people to have your back oftentimes, right? Especially if that's the story of your life, you gotta already know, baby, who gonna have your back and who ain't. Who gonna have your back better than you? So it's like you realize something here. A change of heart. A change of heart. Yeah. All right. Queen of Wands and the 9 of Swords. So there may be some type of anxiety, some type of, someone here may feel, here go these 5 signs. The King of, walking away from the King of Wands, the Queen of Wands, right? is in a space of anxiety. But something with this last moon cycle, like I said, the Chariot of Ascension here. And the Merkaba is not nothing to play with, so let us not, right? So here, a secret being revealed. Someone may have been paranoid. This may be paranoia. If you're paranoid, bitch, touch some grass. All right? Anxiety, fear, worry, depression, haunting. Somebody may feel haunted. It doesn't have to be a fire sign. It's just that whatever this is, whoever this is, these are leaders or visionaries or people who are very passionate about what they do and how they do it. So there's a walk away here. Somebody else is very full of anxiety about that walk away. So maybe the King of Wands walked away from a Queen of Wands, causing some type of anxiety, but it had to happen. 10 of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. All right. When you release yourself of burdens and surrender and hand them over, and you can't expect nothing but beautiful new beginnings, honey. All right. Okay, Kano, thank you. I happened to look up right on time. All right. I really like it. Line up your moon phase. That reminds me with that small business planner that I did where I was showing entrepreneurial intuitives how to work with, you know, even for those who have a menstruation, but they work with the moon phases and cycles with doing their work so that you can do things in a Lux Empath way. Everything's about Lux Empath life. All right. What information do you have here? Let's do a little 1-2. Well, it came back out, but we're gonna shuffle them one more time. Maturity and seeing beyond the illusion. It still goes with what I said earlier, right? It's gonna be hard to pull the wool over your eyes, and it's so sad. It's so sad. It's so sad. Because you gotta get your coin glow. How do you learn what, Juju? Yes, the Ask a Man is tonight. Thank you, Monica. The Ask a Man is tonight at 6 p.m. Central. I need to make a post because everybody don't be having their post notifications on. Give us another word for my beautiful folks up in here today, honey. Creativity. Creativity. Crescent moon. What do you have here for these beautiful people, honey? The Outsider. That reminds me of this I Ching card that says that your, what was it? It's something like this, what I'm saying, about people not seeing the value in your creativity or something like that, or your creative expression or whatever this is. People don't see the value in it, so whatever. But let's see. You got to see the value in it. What information do you have here? Give us one more card, please, for the weekend. Innocence. All right. Seen as seen on TV. That creativity energy has a lot to do with really being in a space where you are controlling yourself, a creative way of controlling yourself, creative way of this may be some of you may be in a space where you are rebranding something. Like you can do a rebrand on yourself, but it may be a rebranding of something else here. But it has a lot to do with maybe this is a florist. Getting a lot of flowers. A florist, somebody that creates with energetic transmissions and light codes with that creativity. So you're learning how to utilize and use certain things here. This is creating your own rainbow. Creating your own rainbow. Oh, I meant to tell y'all the other day. Yesterday when I picked up that, I think it was Capricorn, but whoever it was that had that big ball of light, that big ball of personal power, willpower. It was a big ball of sun in their stomach. And I was like, it shoots out into other colors. That using that solar plexus energy to cleanse and clear all of the other energies, right? Using it as a force to clear all of the, excuse me. I don't know what to tell you, baby. Okay. Shit, whatever. It's a natural body function. Itching is natural. It's a little itch right there. Don't forget to join us tonight. Don't forget to drop comments in this video after it shows here today. We got 56 people in here. Would like to see 56 comments with purple hearts. I would really appreciate it. It don't take you nothing but a 1, 2. All right, but with this creative energy, this is going to be something that is for all of us. So please and thank you. Do your job. But you may be feeling like nobody will. You may be in a space where nobody will like it. Nobody will understand it. Nobody will this. Fuck that. Your people will find you after the video drops. Please put the purple heart. But after the video drop, but you may be in a space where you feel like an outsider when it comes to the way that how innovative you are, right? Don't do that. Protect your innocence and know that childlike innocence will allow for you to embark on this new journey. And this can be where you have to adapt to, this is adaptability, flexibility, not knowing what's on the other side of it, but just going for it, okay? If the spirit moves you, okay? Forgot that. What's the name of that song? Take time out, right? To see it for what it is. Because if you think about it, the outsider and the Four of Swords, taking time out. Because them ain't your people. Find new people. Those ain't your people, honey. Find new people. Do your affirmations and your meditations about finding your tribe or having your five tribe you. Tribe find you. All right, so I'll see y'all later on this evening at 6 p.m. Central. I really appreciate y'all. Thank you for everybody who joined us here today. Yes, thank you, Soraya. Thank you so much. So it's time. It's time. We're going to have us a good weekend. And I will see y'all later on. All right. Bye, y'all. Thank you again, Kanoke. Thank you, J-Lo. We missed you these last couple days. And congratulations to you again. That'll be 4 in California. So we'll be here at 4 p.m. California time. Central, 6 p.m.